Hey everyone, so I know it's been super long since I've filmed any tutorial, and I've just been super busy and then lazy, so that's why I haven't uploaded anything. But I'm trying to get back into the swing of things, which I should have did a long time ago. But yeah, so this is the look I did. I'm just giving you guys my summer type of skin routine, and I give you an updated type of brow tutorial, and I hope you guys enjoy. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see a little bit more of me. And yeah, I'm just gonna hop right into this tutorial. Stay tuned, and yeah, that's about it. So I actually look snatched. Okay, no, seriously, let me get over myself. Okay, so the first thing we're going to get into is brows. I have to pull my hair back. I'm gonna look a mess, so please just spare me. But I'm going to do my brows, and I do them a little bit differently now compared to how I used to. I use a pencil. I use the Benefit Precisely My Brow. And the first thing I do is I brush them up, make sure all the hairs are in line, and I just got my eyebrows done, so they're about to really be on fleek. So I'm going to take my concealer, and I always use a lighter concealer to carve out underneath my brows because I like how sharp it makes it look. Because this used to be like my winter concealer, and it's way too light now. So I'm going to dip my brush in, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to underline my brow. So I'm not going to fill it in. I'm just going to underline the shape of my brow first. I'm just gonna blend the product down, and I'm kind of gonna pat it in right underneath, just so that the product doesn't dry and it's unblended, because then it's hard to cover that up. I'm going to take whatever you use to fill in your brow, and I start by doing the under part of my brow. So I underline my brow first. I just get the natural shape, and I kind of bring it out a little bit more in the front so I can start doing brush hair strokes and make the front of my brow look a little bit more square. And I'm just going to start following the natural shape of my brow. I've been really into a thinner brow, you can say. What I'm doing right now is following the natural shape of my eyebrow, extending it out at the tail just a tad, because I like my eyebrows to be just a little bit longer. And I'm brushing through just to make sure everything looks looking natural. So that's it so far. So now all I have to really focus on is the tail. And when I do the tail, I like to round out the top to create that arch. And then I just bring it down and meet it at the end of my eyebrow. And that's one brow. And I'm going to take the concealer again. I'm just going to resharpen this area. Just so, oh, I'm sorry, I'm covering. Just so that it is super neat and defined. And by underlining the eyebrow before you fill it in, I feel like it just makes it look so much neater, and it prevents you from using so much product, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm going to do my other brow off camera, and then I will be back to show you guys how I do my face beat. So yeah. Okay, so the brows are on. I'm not filling them too much, but I'm gonna leave them alone for now. But now I'm gonna get into priming and prepping my skin. Now, I'm really not a primer type of person. I think primers are myths, but I do like the Benefit Professionals because it actually does help some of my problem areas. I place this mainly on my nose area because my pores there are the largest. And then because this does a good job at filling in pores, it does also help fill in lines on my face. So where I crease a lot is my smile line, so I will put some right there. And I will also put some on my forehead because the forehead wrinkles I just can't deal with. After that, because it is summer and because it is hot out, I usually like to take a powder. And I learned this from Jackie Ina. She does it a lot on her channel if you watch her. But I take a loose powder and I will put it on like my T-zone area where I get oily the most or sweaty the most before I put on foundation. And it just helps mattify the skin and prevents it from becoming oily faster, if you know what I mean. Wow, what the? Wow, finally, I found it. What the? Okay, anyways, I take my MAC Studio Fix Fluid in NC44. And this is the foundation I use all over my face. And then I also like to mix in a little bit of the NARS this is the All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation, and I think this is the shade Tahoe, I think. But I just put like 2 drops of that in there, just because the MAC one is kind of orangish looking, so this kind of helps neutralize it. And now I'm just going to take my damp beauty blender and I'm going to blend this out. So next it's time for concealer. And for concealer I use like 2 of them really. The first one I have is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define in the shade C12. And this is like really close to my foundation color. And I put this on just as like a base for the other shade I put on because I really haven't been into a really bright under eye. So I use this shade first, and I also put this shade like on the other area. I like to give a little more coverage. And then I take my LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Pure Beige and I put this on top. This one's just a little bit more on the golden side. And then I would take my Tarte Shape Tape, the one I use to highlight my brow, underneath my brow, and I put this on the nose as well, just because I like a super snatched nose contour. And now I will take my sponge again, and I will blend this out underneath my eyes. And you want to make sure you don't go like this when you're blending, because then you'll get creases on your forehead. So you want to just kind of relax and just look up while you're blending it out. Okay, so I'm gonna let the nose contour sit for a little bit, and now I'm going to cream contour with some more concealer. And this is the concealer in NC50. This is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I'm just gonna put some of this on the back of my hand. And I'm going to take a brush. I'm going to take my Morphe E8 brush, and I'm going to dab into it a little bit and kind of like brush off the excess down my hand. I'm going to kind of stipple and dot this in the area that I want to bronze / contour. And then I'm going to take a different sponge and I'm going to blend this out and make sure it's seamless. Blend it into the rest of the foundation. This helps add warmth back to my face. And I'm just going to put this around my hairline as well. Not a lot. I'm just going to blend it into the hairline as well. And I'm going to take that sponge again and just make sure it's seamless. And usually I would just take the excess concealer that's on the sponge and just kind of clean up underneath the contour. I'm going to do a little bit extra blending. And now I'm going to take the side that I didn't use before. And I'm going to blend out the concealer on my nose, but I'm not going to like blend in circular. I'm going to blend like right on top of where I put it because I want to keep that product there. And I'm going to take the other side. I'm just going to push it up against the sides of the nose because I don't want to lose the brightness I put right down the center because it already creates a natural nose contour. Okay, so now that all the creams are laid down, I'm going to start setting my face with powder, and I'm using my MAC Pactor Star powder, and this is like become like kind of like my favorite. Like it just leaves my skin looking really soft, and it doesn't give me flashbacks, so I'm really into that. But I'm going to take a different sponge again because I like using different sponges. I'm going to take another sponge and I'm going to dip into the powder and blow off the excess, and then I'm going to start patting and pressing this into the skin. And then I'm going to press it into the nose. But I'm going to let my nose bake. Like I don't bake my face anymore. It just doesn't do well for my skin. I'm gonna bake my smile lines as well. Then I'm gonna press just a tad bit into the forehead. And then I'm going to take my L'Oreal True Match powder in N7. I'm going to take a fluffy brush. Oh god, I just dropped something. I'm going to take a fluffy brush and I'm just going to dust this powder all over my face and under the eyes, just so that everything blends super nicely. And this powder is like the skin tone powder. It's like close to the shade of my foundation. And I'll run it over my contour as well, just so that when I put powder, bronzer, and all that over, it goes over real smooth. So I'm gonna leave this nose on for a little bit. So I'm gonna do my eyes off camera, and then when I come back, I'll show you how I finish off my skin. Alright, so the eyes are done. My eyelash glue is drying, so ignore that. This is like my signature look. If you guys want a tutorial on this look, I can definitely do that, but it's super simple and super easy. But now it's time to bronze and contour. So I'm taking the Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette, and I really like this because the shades in here are so warm, and I've been into a warm contour and bronzer. Like I don't like super cool tone things on me. I feel like it makes me look dirty. So I'm going to take the Sculpt shade, I'm going to dip in, I'm going to just start bronzing my face. Just give me that sun-kissed, just left the beach type of look. Take another brush, a smaller one. I'm going to go into the contour shade, and I'm going to just chisel out my cheekbones. And I only really take it on the bottom part of where the bronzer is, and in like the hairline area. Now I'm going to take another brush. I'm going to take that contour powder. I'm going to contour my nose just a smidge. So now that contour is done, I'm going to just take my blush, and I use the Milani Luminoso Blush, and I really like it because it adds color, but it doesn't, and it adds like a, or not doesn't, it adds like a highlight as well. So this brush, I'm gonna dip it in, and I'm just going to apply it right to my cheeks, and you see how it starts adding just like a subtle glow to the skin. I like that because I really haven't been into highlighter lately. Smile just so you can see the apple of your cheek. I'm really color. I like this blush. I wish it was just a tad bit darker, because since I'm darker, like I feel like this when I'm lighter will be like glorious, but since I'm darker it does look a little light on me. So I take this orange shade from the Tan to Deep Anastasia contour kit, and I just add just that on top. I've been really into blush lately, so it's like my thing. Alright, so now I'm just going to take my MAC Fix Plus and I'm going to spray my face just to help the powders melt into my skin so that my skin looks a little bit more skin-like, even though it's far from it. And while that's drying, I'm just going to put on some mascara. I'm going to do lips. So this is like my favorite combo, like my favorite new lip. So I'm going to take my NYX, my nose itches, oh my god. I'm going to take my NYX lip liner in the shade Intimidate. And I'm just going to line my lips. Nothing fancy, nothing special. And next, I am going to take my KKW lipstick in the shade, that's not it, in the shade 3, and I'm just going to place this like in the middle mainly and then kind of blend it around my lip. My go-to new lip, like go-to. Okay, so lastly I'm gonna do highlight, and the highlight I'm gonna use is the Laura Geller Gilded Honey highlight, and it's so hard to open. I just got the mini one because I just wanted to test it out. I'm going to take my highlighting brush, and I'm not going to use a lot because the blush already gave me a subtle type of glow, so I'm literally, that's not it, I'm literally just gonna tap it in there and just focus it like right on the apple and then bring it up through here. So I'm not putting a lot at all. Brush, I have a pencil brush, and I'm gonna go down my nose up here, kind of blend it in with my finger, and then right on the tip. And I kind of bring it to the side because I like when my nose is going from the side. I just feel like it looks so pretty. Like a little nose sweat moment. And look cute though. Oh my gosh, my mascara transferred. I'm going to get my hair situation together and then we will regroup and get back together. So yeah, so this is the final look. My head looks like a fucking peanut, but no, this is the final look. This is my summer beat. I didn't film the eyes, so if you want me to give you guys a tutorial on how I do this eyeshadow, then please comment or let me know. But yeah, I know it's been super long since I've posted anything, but I'm gonna try to get back in the swing of things. And yeah, I really hope you guys all enjoyed this look, and I hope you learned a few things. And please like, comment, subscribe. I will list my social media down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye y'all.